And let's begin by getting you an exclusive news break. Arpita Mukherjee's empire has come crashing down after her complete meltdown before the agencies. Let's get you details now of how her entire financial empire is being exposed. This is an India Today exclusive scoop. The ED is now probing 3 companies linked to Arpita Mukherjee. The ED suspects that Arpita was appointed as the director of these companies after she came in association with sacked TMC Minister Partha Chatterjee. The companies also had Partha's close aide. Let's tell you and break down for you the details of each of these companies. Company 1, Symbiosis Merchants Private Limited. Arpita Mukherjee was appointed the director on 20th March 2011. Allegedly, this company was involved in wholesale business and was based in Kolkata. The second company, details of which we have here on India Today, Century Engineering Private Limited. Here too, Arpita was appointed as the director again in the same year in 2011, but a little later in 9th November. The share capital of 1 crore allegedly involved in manufacturing special purpose machinery. Company 3 is Arpita HI Entertainment Private Limited. Named after her, she was appointed the director in 2014 on 29th October. Partha's close aide is also a business partner in this particular company. It's these 3 companies now that the ED is looking into. More trouble for Arpita Mukherjee, and this directly means more trouble also for Partha Chatterjee. And the left of your screens, look at those images that emerged of Arpita Mukherjee. Complete meltdown there in the custody of the Enforcement Directorate, knowing full well that she's in trouble considering the seizures that have been made and the details that have emerged with the Enforcement Directorate probing this cash for jobs scam. 3 companies, details of which we have exclusively here on India Today. Arpita was named as the director of these companies. 2 of them, she was appointed the director in 2011. The third one, an entertainment company named after her. She in fact was the director in 2014 and going forward. Partha Chatterjee's link is not just via Arpita Mukherjee, but one of his closest aides was also a business partner in one of these companies. Arpita Mukherjee melting down there in full public view as she is in the custody of Enforcement Directorate. She reportedly has been cooperating with the investigation, but seeing how things have been progressing and the trouble, the world of trouble that she is in this recruitment scam, Arpita Mukherjee breaking down there in hospital. Munish Pandey is joining us with more details on this. Munish, explain to us what these 3 companies were doing and how they're also linked to Partha Chatterjee.
Well, Akshita, India Today has accessed the documents which establishes that Arpita Mukherjee was director of 3 companies. But what is important here is to point out that she became director of these 3 companies only after coming in association with TMC Minister Partha Chatterjee, now a suspended minister. Now, as of now, we have been given to understand is that these 3 companies where Arpita Mukherjee is director, and she became director of 2 of the companies in the year 2011, and the another company where she became a director, Ichhe Entertainment Private Limited. There she became a director in 2014. Now, when she became a director, then already she was in contact with Partha Chatterjee, and now ED is probing that whether these companies were used to launder money, whether these companies were used to launder proceeds of crime, and whether these companies were used to buy properties which using the alleged black money of Partha Chatterjee. Now, what becomes important here is that we have also accessed documents in which Ichhe Entertainment Private Limited, the company where Arpita Mukherjee was the director, that company bought a property for rupees 74 lakh in the year 2022. We also
the details that you're putting out, that's extremely crucial. It's another big exclusive scoop by India Today. Munish is telling us that some of the documents that we have with us confirms that one of the companies in which Arpita was a director, the entertainment company, purchased a flat for 75 lakh rupees. The ED suspects that this flat was used to hide the cash that they received from the recruitment scam. So this is the other big breaking development. India Today leading the coverage and getting you all the details that you need to know on the biggest story that's rocked Bengal. Munish, go ahead. You were telling us about these properties that were bought with the third company, the entertainment company in which Arpita was the director.
Yeah, it becomes very important, Akshita, because this entertainment company was not only used to do business, launder money, but also there is a suspicion that it was involved in buying multiple properties, and India Today has accessed the agreement between the company owned and where Arpita Mukherjee was the director and the property which was bought by this particular company. So there is a clear-cut a link between Arpita Mukherjee, this property, and already there is one document which was recovered by the Enforcement Directorate during raids at the residence of Partha Chatterjee, where there is a joint property document. It was bought by Partha Chatterjee in 2012, but the other owner of that particular flat is Arpita Mukherjee. So they have already established association of Arpita Mukherjee and Partha Chatterjee. But as far as these three companies are concerned, what the Enforcement Directorate is claiming, that there is a high suspicion that these companies were not only used to launder money, but also these shell companies were used to buy properties so that the black money of Partha Chatterjee can be converted into white money by the process of laundering through these companies, and also by buying properties, on the name of these companies and Arpita Mukherjee.
That's right. So the three companies we've exposed here on India Today, that Arpita was the director of three of these companies, named the director somewhere between 2001 to 2004. So the timing keeps changing. But there were also flats that were purchased, money, cash that was received from this recruitment scam as kickbacks by Partha Chatterjee allegedly, and Arpita Mukherjee, his close aide, was also kept in this particular flat. Have they been able to identify where this apartment is, Munish?
Yeah, well, these three properties, basically these three properties are in Calcutta. The companies registered are in Calcutta, linked to Arpita Mukherjee. But as far as the second flat, where it was raided by the Enforcement Directorate few days back, where they recovered around 28 crore rupees of cash. What sources have told India Today that this particular flat was only used to park money. Basically, the liquid money, the cash money which was coming to Arpita Mukherjee through Partha Chatterjee, that money was kept there, and then it was moved to multiple shell companies. As of now, India Today has accessed three such companies, LS shell companies linked to Arpita Mukherjee. But what becomes important here, Akshita, is to, what ED is alleging at this point of time is that Partha Chatterjee is someone who was not only part of the recruitment scam, but it appears that he has been taking bribes. He has been involved in many illegal activities since several years, and these proceeds of crime, especially the mountain of cash recovered by the Enforcement Directorate from the residences of Arpita Mukherjee, what they are claiming at this point of time, that this money belongs to Arpita Mukherjee, and Arpita Mukherjee also, during her questioning, told the officials that this is not her money. Her job was only to launder the money, and this money basically belongs to Partha Chatterjee, the former TMC Minister. So ED is trying to establish the connection between Arpita and Partha Chatterjee. And why Arpita becomes important here? Because Arpita was the one who was helping Partha Chatterjee. So she becomes accused of helping the prime accused in the case. And also, she was a key person in Partha Chatterjee's life, who was converting the black money into white money and also hiding many evidences in the case, because not only the cash amount, but also there are several properties on the name of Arpita Mukherjee. There were golds recovered by the Enforcement Directorate. There were telephones. There were mobile phones also recovered by the Enforcement Directorate, which have been sent for forensic examination. So Arpita Mukherjee becomes a very key person here, and
yes,
she is a person of interest as far as this investigation is concerned.
As we put out these kind of details, the Munish is breaking for us. I just want to alert our viewers to the images that we're getting to you right now. These are the latest images of Partha Chatterjee there. So far, we're being told that he's been very evasive in the questioning with the Enforcement Directorate. He's been asked about these shell companies. He's been asked about the recruitment scam, the hoards of cash that have been found linked to his very close aide, Arpita Mukherjee.